Our third, final tier of infraction steps are extensive infractions. And these are serious offenses, and they need to be addressed immediately. This is not something that you can ignore. This is something that is progressed or is a behavior that is just completely disruptive to the healthy environment of the family classroom. So, our first thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on just the behavior. This can be very difficult if your temper is flaring. So make sure that you've had time to remove yourself from the situation and just focus on the behavior. You're not mad at your child or a child in a co-op class. You're frustrated with that specific behavior. Here's where you want to evaluate the behavior together. Now, we talked about this in segment 2 with our troubled student in the co-op that we had a few years ago, and what some mom teachers and I did together. You want to evaluate the behavior together, and you want to talk about it with your cause and effect statements. This is important in this discussion that you get the student to accept responsibility. It can be hard for younger ones. It can be hard for adults to recognize that their behavior has a direct and equal opposite reaction, right? But we need to get to this place where we're accepting responsibility. Developing a plan. Now, we understand that teaching your child, these steps are very easy, black and white on the screen. We know that they're not as easy as this. What we want to stress to you is what we talked about in our last segment of multi-age homeschool rooms, that if it doesn't work, remember that sage advice, if it doesn't work, throw it out the window. Keep working on it. Keep developing something. You know, oftentimes it's the momentum of going that kind of helps you eventually get through these bad behaviors. So developing a plan. If you'll recall in segment 2, the 6 common problems in a classroom, we talked about a troubled student. He had no regard for anyone speaking. And the plan that we said was, okay, you have a behavior where you interrupt everyone all the time. And what can we do to help you with that? And he just said, I just want to tell you stuff. I just have so much to tell you. And we said, okay, here is what's going to happen. You're not going to interrupt during class time, but come early to class and you can talk all you want to me until it's time to start. And after class, while we're walking to whatever thing comes after the class, you can talk to me. And that was our plan. It was not seamless and it was not smooth and it took a lot of work, but that was our plan for it. We developed a contract. Contracts can be very helpful, especially when the behavior is so extensive, as we're talking about, and you have the child sign it. That signing your name, putting your John Hancock down on something, really shows the importance of what it is that you're talking about. That this is serious enough and you have now promised to take this seriously. And so we've got a contract here. Follow up and follow through. So important. Often we have good intentions, but those good intentions can lead us elsewhere if we do not follow up and follow through with what we say we're going to do. Without further ado, this is the end of all 5 segments of Classroom Management. We really hope you guys enjoyed yourselves and learned something. What we covered was how to be an effective teacher in managing your classroom, addressing common behaviors and problems, identifying behavior modifications with learning styles and multi-age, and how to use the 3-tiered infraction step. All right, so the next module for you guys to move on to is evaluations. See you then.